Welcome everyone. Got some new faces here, which is great to see. Who's just joined today as a new member? Nice, Georgia, Rosa. Yeah, St. George's Trust, Heloise, amazing, new faces, nice. We could start with doing some introductions. We'll do the round. So we'll give you guys a few minutes to introduce yourself, share a little bit about why you're here, what you are looking to get out of the network, if you have an active project or a project that you wish to start in the future. PJ, I believe that you were one of the first ones in the call, mate. So if you're happy to, would you mind introducing yourself? You'll need to unmute.
Yes, I'm PJ Entrepreneur. It's my real name. I used to be Paul Jones, and I accidentally created a famous brand for some friends in China, which is Paul Jones. And I didn't want to be known for underwear, so I changed my name.
Brilliant.
I'm currently in the Philippines, and then I retired in about 2010, and I traveled around the world for 10 years. Before that, I was like the original digital nomad. In 2000, I started in Thailand and traveled all over, had a lot of business.
Nice.
Anyway, I started something called Entrep Communities, and I have over 30 hectares of land here in the Philippines and also in Anchor Point, Alaska, and we're looking at other deals as well. Talking with many people around the world as well. It's going to be a blockchain-based thing where the land is backing the tokens. I've been working on it for 5 years. It's getting very close to being able to be launched. If you look on Google Maps, there's something called Entrep Community Compound. It's on the National Highway up in the mountains. That's our main property, but we have many other properties, 2 hectares next to a waterfall, 3 hectares on the Davao River, and many exciting things. And we would love to invite people to come over here and work with us.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, we had, PJ, loads of interest from the Philippines in the recent landowner survey that we've done. So we've got like thousands of people now on the email list specifically from the Philippines. So we can actually discuss a little bit more and maybe help you get in contact with them directly for your projects. Could you tell us a little bit more about like what I call the why and the what of the project? So what's the purpose? Why have you been motivated to start your project? And what's the outcome that you wish to create from it?
Well, all I can say is thank God for COVID, because when I came back to the Philippines, I basically came back here to give back. And I was working on some other projects that when COVID came, it didn't turn out, and I didn't want to get the vaccine. So I went looking for land that was far away from the people with the needles. And I ended up making a deal on some land on a mountaintop. And then I found the deal on the National Highway. And then the whole thing sort of came together over 5 years.
Nice.
And, you know, I want to be more self-sufficient. You never know what's coming.
Absolutely.
And I want to be ready for it. I want to be able to, you know, have my own food and the people around me. Basically, we're building like-minded communities, many like-minded communities on this platform. And we're using Nas.com as our online technology partner. I don't know if you know them, but he's a pretty famous guy with, I think, 27 million followers. You know, I'll have a lot more to say in the future. This is just a basic thing.
Yeah, an initial intro.
But I think I've been a member for, I don't know, a long time, but this is the first time I've attended.
All right, amazing. Well, yeah, I can't believe we haven't spoken before. This is incredible. So much land, such a resource. Your kind of values and the reason that your project exists perfectly aligns with our own. And this is what we're really focusing our energies now on, getting the people that have the land and projects, and then making sure that they can tap into the kind of human resources that they need. Please get these projects uploaded into the network database so that they're searchable for members. If you get a nice listing in there, people can come in and they search the Philippines, your project will pop up, then they can get in touch with you and, you know,
definitely do that.
Amazing things that you're doing. Yeah, I'm sure we'll chat more, but yeah, really great to have you here, man, and thank you for sharing. Neil, I believe you are next, mate. Hello. Well, I already know a little bit about your projects, obviously, but if you're happy to give a bit of an introduction to everyone else, mate, I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, mate. Okay. Yeah, my name's Neil. I'm 50 years old. You know, I really feel that the way to win this is through farms. It is through us all coming together on the land. And we can turn, you know, once we've got food and stuff like that sorted out, we can effectively turn our back on the system. And the more we can do that, the weaker they get and the stronger we get. So yeah, I put together, I mean, I saw back in December, like visions of this, of farms coming together all over the country, all over the world, you know, and that was going to be the shift in the whole system, and the darkness was going to get banished from our world forever, you know. And then from that, so I started something around that, and I started a project called Sanctuary Farms, thinking we could, you know, bring stuff together. And from that, I realized that actually there's a lot of people around the world with the same vision. It's not personal to me. I haven't created this. Something vaster than me has created this idea, you know, and it's coming together on land together, healers on the land, coming together in communities and growing food for each other, you know, and that's what's going to heal this world, basically. So yeah, I'm on a mission to create that.
It's a beautiful vision, Neil. And yeah, to be clear, guys, Neil's exploring a structure where he can buy land within some kind of an entity where it's owned in perpetuity by the entity. There's no individual ownership. It just doesn't need to be passed down between generations. It's a model that I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. So that's what Neil's trying to do. I think that's a really exciting way to seek to get community investment into land. The investment's protected, the whole community benefits, and it's kind of, yeah, very much a win-win for all involved. So yeah, really glad to have you in here, Neil, mate, and want to support you in any way we can. And beautifully said as well, and I love it that you've got that vision and you're here taking action to pursue it, mate. That's what we need to do. Carolina, we'll loop back round to you because looks like you may have better signal now, hopefully.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. We can.
Okay, sorry, I had to go find some Wi-Fi. Apparently my phone signal is not good enough outside. Yep, so I've been on the network for quite a while. We've still been traveling the US trying to figure out where we want to stop. So we're gonna continue on that journey here soon, looking kind of westward. I did get from the last call some great ideas for like networking as far as finding investors to look into building our own type of, I just want to call it like a community, which should be easier here than in the UK. Obviously, you guys seem to have a lot of roadblocks there. Yeah, just I think we're going to try and just really set up a good business plan, a good plan for the future, and try and reach out to some investors and use some of the things that we've learned through here about getting people interested, finding that capital to go ahead and purchase that big piece of land, and one without the restrictions of, you know, what you can build and who you can have, because there are land places like that here. So and then try and find some holistically minded people who are into natural healing. We're not going to be doing like pharmaceuticals and stuff, who are in generational wealth and you know, family compound type things. You know, horses instead of tractors, and natural medicine and herbalism, oils instead of, you know, big pharma, grow our own food. My dream is to have sheep because I love the fact that sheep are meat, milk, and wool, and I love wool. It may not be a big selling point, but it's starting to get more popular over here as we're becoming aware of what the plastics in our clothes are doing to us. I'm in the process of transferring everything in my wardrobe from plastic to natural fibers. And as I've gotten about half of my wardrobe slowly switched out, I'm starting to feel like when I put that other stuff on, it just feels so yucky and I hate it. So my dream would be to, you know, produce all our own food. I am terrible at gardening, so I need families that know how to do green stuff because I can't. But, you know, just bringing different people together with different skills. We've got skills in growing animals, hunting, a little bit in plants, but nothing to brag about. We've got our own good backgrounds. I went to school for horses, so I know how to train horses and all that type of thing. I can drive carriages, things like that. But I've got a lot of self-taught in holistic medicine, a lot of oils, things like that. But yeah, so we want to build something that's a Christian community of people who want to live holistically, who don't want to deal with the nonsense, and who would like to be off grid. But just getting that holistic, Christian-minded community setups and a community of people who can be there for each other, even, you know, when things get tough, and be there for investors if we can get one or two on board, and have that be able to work out for us. Yeah, so that's the dream. We're trying to slowly work there. I think our next thing, besides figuring out exactly where, is just to build that business plan and to build that that in writing so that we can find an investor who can clearly see our vision and what we could offer them, and how it would be beneficial for them to invest.
That's exactly what you need to do. You've just beautifully shared your vision, by the way. Love it. It's like you're really clear. What you want to do is you want to get that down on paper. So vision is step number one. And I really believe that you should write it down. Like writing is a different exercise from speaking, and it forces us to be more concise, more focused. So you really want to get that written down. The benefit of that is that immediately that's the thing that you can share with people. So when you meet families, it's like, well, this is what we actually want to do. And it's different to see it on paper than have these conversations. Conversations can be very non-committal. When you put something down on paper, it's like, yes, this is a real thing. And then when you've got that vision, you then extract the plan from the vision. This is the big thing. When we try and plan without a definite vision, there's so many different directions. We just find ourselves coming up with loads of ideas. We get really excited. Then we feel overwhelmed and we don't actually do anything. And it's like, it's this cycle that we can get trapped in. So vision is really important. Out of the vision, you create the plan. And then the beauty of that process is you've got the things that you actually need to raise the money. So this is like, after all this feedback we've had from people that want to get land, the biggest thing was that what is restricting people is that they haven't got the money. There's the people with the passion, the knowledge, the commitment, the desire, but they can't get access to capital. So what I'm going to be doing over the next, I'd say 4 to 8 weeks, is compiling all of the kind of advice that we sporadically give and we've got here, there, and I'm going to put it back into a sequenced process. Vision, plan, and then funding will be a real key step of that. But the beauty of the vision is what actually secures the funding. And all you say to someone is that, do you want to see this thing come to fruition as much as I do? If yes, you back it financially. And when we succeed, you get X, Y, Z benefits out of it. So the money doesn't come in as a kind of purely financial thing in where you've got this separate financial deal. The money is intrinsically tied to the success of the project. And if you succeed, the investor succeeds because they get the benefits that they actually want for the vision. So it's a really simple model. I'm going to get that rewritten and released over the next few weeks. So hopefully that'll be helpful for you to kind of take your next few steps. It's something to kind of give you a bit of a structured pathway. But it's amazing vision, Carolina. And obviously you're in the right place here if that's what you want to do. Got Lynn next. Hey, Lynn, are you there?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Lynn, how are you?
Good morning. It's New Zealand here at about 6:20 in the morning.
Oh, it's very early for you. That is
It
commitment.
really is. Good morning. I'm part of a collective in New Zealand. We're quite established now. We've started a collective already. We have a charitable trust which we're now utilising to go and get money out of the governments and all the places that you can go get it. We have a homestead that's working on it. We've built a health centre where we do vibrational healing, green laser treatments. We're building a sauna with a cold shower in there. We have a naturopath and massage people and stuff like that. And that's a club that people have to join. That's how we get around having to be in the medical system. So you join it and you're a member, and that allows you to access it as a club member. We've got a education centre. We've done lots of, they're called wānangas over here, which is education classes. And we do all sorts of things from first aid through to pressure canning, solar systems, that sort of thing, off-grid systems. And that brings in our community, and that's our way of connecting to people outside awake people.
Nice.
And we're in the middle of building a cabin for one lady who's going to live on the property. I don't live on the property. I'm about 2 minutes down the road. But Joanne and David started, they've been on that property for about 20 years. So we've really got a kickstart in the land situation. And they've built their own house out of making clay bricks and built it from scratch. And it's actually a really beautiful little homestead. So they've opened up their property to us, and we as a collective are building on their property. We're going to start a butchery. We're going to start a craft centre. Those are sort of in the next building blocks. People in north of us and south of us, and actually this weekend's a special weekend for us. It's called Matariki, and so we're all meeting at our homestead. So we are beginning to look at how to let other people in now from a bit like woofers, but we want a more permanent situation than that with people that come on our land. We don't want people there for 2 weeks, come and go. It's too complicated. So we're now looking at how to, we have accommodation that is currently being used by people who are building their houses there. So soon we'll have like a loft that would be good for a couple. And then we also have a little self-contained house, which has a lounge kitchen, which we can open up soon as well. And then we're going to start advertising our project, which is to bring people onto the land that have got the skills we don't have. We have most skills actually between us, but we need physical grunt. Like, I'm in my 60s now and I don't want to be grunt, I'll be organizer. And we need some younger grunt, really, but people who really want to live outside the jurisdiction eventually. We totally get your vision, and you helped us. We had got a little inward as a group, like trying to separate out, and I'd already gone, no, this doesn't make any sense, we need to be using the system, and you just opened up the collective to that thinking. So that just, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad it's been of value.
Anyway, that's us in a nutshell.
Wow, it's like, yeah, I was making notes. So much cool stuff going on. Charitable trust, well-established homestead, healing centre. You've got private members thing going on as well, and accommodation. So yeah, you sound like a really like pioneering and leading project. So you guys have got massive value. So when you're ready to open up, and if we can support in any way and get people there, like, it's going to be massively beneficial for them to come and experience and contribute to that. And it's only going to strengthen your own project. So this is kind of our big focus, and a project like yours is a great way that we can demonstrate this kind of coming together of people.